Hello and welcome back, illustrious members of the detail. All glory to the High Evolutionary. I hope you enjoy. So, as part of our ongoing series of trying to keep up with data mined cards, so I don't have to do a two-part 40-minute episodes to do catch up, we are going to cover the newest leak, High Evolutionary. I am pretty excited. I am pretty trepidatious about such things. I am your host, D, also known as MTF Doom, and let's get into it. So, High Evolutionary, and the caveat is that this is data mined, so it can change, but I think this is probably very close to what is going to be implemented, right? It's not so goofy like some of the ones we covered. It's pretty well thought out. High Evolutionary is a 4/7 at the start of the game. I hate this wording. I hate at the start of the game. It was the downfall of Hearthstone, and I think Ben Brode was even on the team during that era, and he should know better than to have cards that say at the start of the game. If you remember Witchwood, you remember how bad things got. Unlock the secret abilities of all your cards with no abilities. So it just turns your vanillas into non-vanillas. But it's like, well, okay, so what? So they have the abilities are also revealed. Wasp is going to be a 0, so their stats all stay the same. So Wasp 0/1 on reveal, afflict 2 random enemy cards here with -1 power. So this is a 0/3 if you can hit 2 cards. This is pretty good. I think Wasp is one of the best includes. We're gonna, we'll go through all of them, but I think Wasp is genuinely one of the best cards you could play with high evo. Like, I don't know if you end up playing all the cards, just like in Patriot. I don't know that you play all the vanillas, but whoo, do you play this one? Oh my lord, do you play this one? Misty Knight, the 1/2, at the end of your turn with when you end your turn with unspent energy, so like Sunspot, give another friendly card +1 power. Now, I don't think this scales up. Like, I think if you have Sunspot and, like, say you play Sunspot on 1 and Misty Knight on 2, I think Sunspot will get +1 from itself and +1 from Misty. But then if you don't play anything on 3, I think Sunspot would get +3 from itself and +1 from Misty. I believe that's how it's going to work based on this, right? I don't think this is just Sunspot another card. I think it's just any unspent energy gives +1 power, not per. Pretty good, by the way. Pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Shocker, the 2/3. On reveal, give the leftmost card in your hand -1 cost. This is dangerous. A 2/3 that gives any, this is dangerous. Beast is my current fave. This effect is really cool. I guess the bonus, like the upside to all this is that, like, these so far, and this will kind of be the case, haven't really worked together necessarily. Like, there's nothing implicitly good about, like, giving Wasp -1 cost from Shocker or Misty Knight, right? Like, I guess it would give you the opportunity to float 1 energy, but that's not really a combo. So I kind of appreciate that all these cards don't necessarily work together. Like, they're not all an engine that's self-contained. And I appreciate that. I also have a hot take for coming up later that I can't wait to share. Cyclops. They're finally giving Cyclops an ability, as he always should have had. 3/4. When you end a turn with unspent energy, afflict 2 random enemies here with -1 power. So this is a combination of, like, Wasp and Misty Knight effects. Again, pretty good. We're starting to see why, like, they have some kind of a theme, but importantly, like, I don't think you'll have to play all of them. I guess that's what I meant when I was saying they're not like a self-contained package. They don't reference each other. They don't like I appreciate that it's one card that just says like your cards have this instead of like Cyclops gives all other abilities, all other cards affected by High Evolutionary +1. Like that's what I was worried about when I saw this card. They obviously have synergy, but it isn't a self-contained, self-referencing package to the point where we're getting into like Yu-Gi-Oh territory. All right, the Thing 4/6. On reveal, afflict a random enemy here with -1 power. Repeat this twice more. Why would they write it like that? I guess it's because it can hit the same. If the Thing is only against one opponent, he'll give it -3. I assume that's like if it's one-on-one in a lane. That's why they said it like that. But like repeat this twice more. So, I don't know. It sounds like it's like it's a very strange way of phrasing that, and I don't like it, but I like the effect. So again, like as long as you play it into that, I think this is like almost too good. It makes him a 4/9. Like just, and you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to do anything. You just gave -3 power and you got a 4/6. So you just got a 4/9. Like the payoff is that your opponent had to have a card. That's, I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna, if I open High Evolutionary, I'm gonna play it. I might even start saving tokens with the shop change. How do you all like the shop change, by the way? Let me know down below. I'm a huge fan. All right, Abomination 5/9. It costs 1 less for each enemy card in play that's afflicted with negative power. That's cool. That's cool. That's just cool. There's no way around it. I like that effect. You know, again, you only really need to have hit one card to be happy with like a 4/9, right? Like like 4/9s usually have like pretty rigid circumstances for you to be able to play them in. And if you get down to a 3/9, which should be also pretty easy, like that's really good. I'm pretty happy that Abomination is going to see some play, because even in the Patriot list, this card basically never saw play, so it'll at least have one list to see play. This is also going to reference my hot take. I'm so excited to give you this hot take at the end. Hulk 6/12. Ongoing +2 power for each turn you ended with unspent energy. Cool, like that's fine. Hulk should be bigger than the baseline 12, I think. Like, so this gives him that opportunity. So I have 2 things to say. I like this card as well. So all right, I got 2 things to say here. One, I got 3 things to say. One, I really love this card. I think it might be too good. I think some of these effects, are, almost all of them are really good. I don't know. Like Hulk should definitely be bigger. I think this one's fine. It's weird that it's an ongoing, but fine. You know, you can silence it off Hulk. Abomination, like we start, like I think especially these couple, like Thing, Abomination, and Wasp, I think are probably too good. Like, because you're just playing, other than that, you're playing a mid-range deck. But I guess a 4/7's not that low on stat. It's not that much tempo off. But I guess maybe it makes up for it. I mean, they're the game designers, right? They know what's up. But I really think, like, Wasp, Shocker, maybe. Shocker, you know what it is with Shocker? He's going to create moments where you're just like, I fucking hate this game. Because you didn't see the opponent getting the -1 cost on this card. And now they had Sarah out and they were actually able to deploy slightly more than you thought because of the energy reduction, and it's like, that's so frustrating. And you're gonna like, yeah, I think the high roll potential of like hitting a key piece of a combo with Shocker is gonna make this card like frustrating, but I don't think this is the best one. I think, like I said, Wasp, Thing, and Abomination are just gonna be like kind of too good for the like what you have to do to pay them off is going to be too good. Now I understand. Now here's the other thing. I understand that some of these are on reveal. That thing is on reveal. So this effect kind of has to, the effect of High Evolutionary has to be start of game. I understand that. But I think it would be I wish these were balanced around having static effects and High Evolutionary was like an ongoing. And so you could play these out, and then on turn 6, your opponent is going, are they going to play Patriot Mystique, or are they going to play High Evolutionary and like a 2-drop, right? Like, probably not Shocker. I assume Shocker wouldn't have this effect. So it kind of changes the dynamic and gives you, like, because right now, a big part of like what makes both this, and also I assume that there's going to be some kind of an indication. That might be incorrect, but I know in Hearthstone, if you started your game with a start of game effect, like an animation would play to denote it to your opponent. Like, oh, this person is like, has a start of game effect. Here it is. I assume that's going to happen with the new like Thanos Stone animations. I think they are just really enjoying themselves. The art department at Second Dinner is just losing their shit. Like, yes, let's do everything. Like, those fucking stones. Oh my god. Anyway, so I assume there's going to be some indication. So it takes away the like mystery, the ability to play around it. And it's the same right now with the Patriot deck. Like, you know your opponent's on the Patriot deck when they play a bunch of these cards. It's like, yeah, okay, I got it. Like, I know what you're doing here. Let's play it out. I think having High Evolutionary be either on reveal or ongoing, change all of these to gain abilities, would be more interesting. I think it would still be a tell, because we'll assume it's like, okay, Abomination like gives all the opponent's cards -1 power. So it's like, well, nobody plays Abomination in the Patriot list, but maybe they could. I don't know. Okay, so that's kind of how I wish this had been designed, because I really don't like start of game. I'm more worried about it as a future proofing mechanic. Like, I don't like it for the good of the game going forward, but like, I think this is perfectly fine. Just so we're clear, I'm not shitting on this card. I think this card's really cool. When I first saw it, I kind of thought it was going to be nerfed. I appreciate that all these can be tweaked without actually nerfing High Evolutionary, or vice versa. You could you're like, oh, well, we're seeing too many stats like making up for the High Evolutionary play, or just like people don't have to play High Evolutionary at all, so like the stat bonuses they gain are functionally free except for the draw, and that's only if they actually draw High Evolutionary. And so like, you can tweak either side of it and be like, well, High Evolutionary is now like a 4/5 with this effect, or like Abomination actually gets -1 cost for each 2 cards afflicted, or so, you can like tweak all these different like knobs. So this card's going to end up very balanced at some point, but I think when it comes out, I don't know. I'm really excited to play with it. I think I'm going to save my tokens. And then the final hot take that you've been waiting for is that they're going to release, I think at some point in the future, because of this card existing, they're going to, what is it? Most of these are, so only Wasp is pool 3. Is that accurate? I think that's accurate. I think they're going to release a new card into the later pools that has one of these other mana costs and is a vanilla. I think they're going to do it because it's going to have a good High Evolutionary cost. It's going to be like, they're going to say like, oh, we noticed Patriot decks want Misty Knight, so we released a second Misty Knight. It's a 1/2 with no effect. By the way, if you have High Evolutionary, it kicks your opponent directly in the dick. Like, anyway, it's a pool 5 card. Good luck. I think that's my hot take. They're going to release a new vanilla that's one of the mana costs of a card that's in pool pre-pool 3. They're going to release it into pool 4 or 5. So I think they're going to do that. Just, I don't know. I just get this feeling. I just have this feeling. All right. I've been your host, D, also known as MTF Doom. If you find my content elucidating, enlightening, or enriching, the best way to let me know is by clicking down below. It costs you nothing to subscribe. It makes a world of difference for me. I love seeing that little number increment. It really does make my day. Join the Discord if you haven't already and you have any interest in that. It's a very profoundly safe and accepting and fun space. And I really love that from all my Discord users. They really keep the energy high and positive, and yeah. Anyway, I hope you find my content elucidating, enlightening, or enriching. If you do, all those things, and then, oh yeah, have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow.